Hello, buongiorno. Welcome to the prediction time. Now, if you have followed my previous videos, I have successfully predicted every single scoreline and match correctly in Champions League beginning from a round of 16. It's a big European Cup final on 3rd of June in Cardiff. Real Madrid versus Juventus. Well, Real Madrid has been the most successful team when it comes down to Champions League. However, they have been helped a lot. First of all, by General Franco in mid-1950s, who used to bribe referees, and UEFA used to listen to him a lot. And he had a lot of influence in Real Madrid's early success. So I wouldn't rate those European Cups as true European Cups because they were more politicized. Whereas Juventus is a ruthless, hard-working machine. They were the last club to reach 3 consecutive European Cup finals. No team has ever done it. And by the way, back in 1999, if Roy Keane wouldn't have produced that performance in Turin, Juve could have reached 4 consecutive European Cup finals. And Real Madrid's latter successes came against weaker teams. Valencia in 2000, 4 or 5 players were suspended. It wasn't really a true Valencia side. Similarly, Leverkusen in 2002, they were psychologically dented because they lost the German Cup final a few weeks before the Champions League final, and I think they lost the Bundesliga a title as well. So psychologically, they were never really in the right frame, and it was a weak Leverkusen side. And then Atletico Madrid, they have their own psychological issues, just like the South African cricket team, if somebody follows cricket. So Real Madrid hasn't actually managed to beat a formidable side in Champions League for a very long time. But the last time when they did beat a formidable side, it was Juventus in 1998. But even that was a dodgy victory because Mijatovic's goal was offside. But somehow the referee ignored it. And it was a magnificent Juventus side composed of Del Piero, Zidane, Conti, Ferrara, Montero, Inzaghi. It was just sublime defense and attack, which caught the attention of the public. Juventus were very unlucky in 1997 Champions League final. Christian Vieri's goal was disallowed in the early part of the match. If that goal wouldn't have been disallowed, it was a legal goal, I think Juventus would have ended up winning the 1997 Champions League as well. They did win in 1996 at Stadio Olimpico Rome. So in 2003, Pavel Nedved got suspended in the final against AC Milan, and Juve lost on penalties. So one way or another, post 1996, Juventus has been very unlucky when it comes down to the finals of the European Cups, whereas Real Madrid has been very lucky when it comes down to the finals. It was pretty much a fluke victory against Atletico Madrid last time. They managed to win it on penalties, and Griezmann missed a crucial penalty earlier in the first half. And similarly, Sergio Ramos scored a last-minute goal in 2014 final against Atletico. So, but I think this time the history is going to be changed. This Juve side is composed of some proven match winners like Dani Alves. Dani Alves has been in the form of his life. He recently turned 34 or 35, but I think he's playing like he's 24 or 25. Alexandro, and then BBC, Bonucci, Chiellini, Barzali, and then you have the big guy, Gigi Buffon, who has to win this Champions League. Again, when we talk about the midfield, they have Pjanic, then Mandzukic is playing extremely well, and on top of it, they have the duel of Turin, Paulo Dybala, and Gonzalo Higuain. Now I understand that Real Madrid is more of an individual team. That Cristiano Ronaldo, I mean, he will try to pull a fabulous goal out of nowhere. They have Isco, Cruz, Modric, and then Marcelo is very dangerous at the back. However, Real Madrid has defensive frailties. Even against Celta Vigo, they conceded a goal when they were potentially a man down. Although they managed to win that match 4-1, but they did concede a goal. So this rock-solid Juventus defense. Juventus, by the way, is on the verge of winning a treble. They just beat Lazio in Coppa Italia 2-0 at Stadio Olimpico. And they're going to win Serie A tomorrow. And so they're going to create history. So I personally think that it is going to be a comfortable victory. A lot of pundits, a lot of medium and Cruz, and a lot of fans are projecting it as a very tight match, and they're projecting it that Real Madrid is an extremely difficult team to beat. If that was the scenario, then you need to watch the first 20 minutes at Vicente Calderon, how Atletico Madrid destroyed Real Madrid until they themselves basically sat back. Otherwise, Atletico could have won that match 4-0, 5-0, to be honest. So I don't think so. This Real Madrid team is immortal, or I mean, can't be beaten. Barcelona recently beat them at Camp Nou. In Santiago Bernabeu. So it will be a 3-1 win for Juventus, and 2 goals by Gonzalo Higuain. Yes, Higuain will create history, and 1 goal will either be scored by Dani Alves or it could go to Dybala. It really depends. But I am putting my money on Gonzalo Higuain to win this European Cup for Juventus, 3-1. And that will be the beginning of the resurgence of Juventus in Europe and in the world. And not only this Champions League win, I'm also tipping them to win next year's Champions League as well. This Juve team will be a hard nut to crack as the time comes by. Now, looking at the stats, if you look at Real Madrid, they are conceding regular goals. They conceded 3 goals against Barcelona. They conceded 2 goals against Atletico Madrid. They recently conceded a goal against Celta Vigo. So, whereas Juventus, they're actually not conceding many goals when it really matters. So, defense is the key here. Now, before I leave, I'm gonna leave you with beautiful Juve song. Enjoy it, and let's hope and pray Juventus thrashes Real Madrid in Champions League final. Juve! La forza Juve!